Hey all, it's Josh and Dan with Battlebond here, and we're coming to you guys with another MESBG battle report. Okay, so the two armies we are battling with today is going to be Angmar and the Elves of Rivendell. So Dan, why don't you go over your list for us?
Okay, in my quest to make elves look on camera, I got eight warriors with swords and shield, and then I have 8 warriors with spear and shield, kind of as a pair. I have a banner with a spear, and shield. I didn't get a chance to put one on him. And then I have Gil-Galad on Eglos with shield, and that is my first warband. Then my second warband, I have 5 elven archers, no other upgrades. I'm using the horn guy as a high elf captain on steed, and then 3 Rivendell knights upgraded with shields.
So the Angmar list that I've brought today is Witch King on a horse. We've got 3 Dead Marsh Specters. We've got 14 orcs. 7 of them have shields, and 7 of them have spears and shields. And then 1 orc with spear, shield, and banner. And then we have another warband with a barrow wight, and 6 orcs with shield, 6 orcs with spear and shield. And then the last warband, exactly the same, barrow wight, 6 orcs with shield, 6 orcs with spear and shield. So if you guys like the proxies I'm using today for the Dead Marsh Specters and the barrow wights, and also the elves, they're all from KzK Minis, and we carry them in our shop. So if you feel like checking that out and getting yourself some, you can check it out in the description. The shop is etsy.com/shop/battlebond-miniatures. So the scenario we've rolled up today is Breakthrough, which you guys can see on the screen. And if you want to see how we score and stuff, just hit pause. We've done our deployments already. So we've got basically all of Angmar at the halfway mark. And then the elves have kind of taken a defensive position further back. And I just want to highlight, we've got some new terrain here. So this terrain is from Sarley Factories, the creator, and we also sell it in our shop. So once again, if you like the looks of the terrain, check out our shop. The link is in the description. All right, we'll come back to you guys with the priority roll.
Okay, let's start off with the elves. 5, good
Nice.
start.
Oh, 5, I guess we reroll.
We roll because there's no last one. 4, 1.
One.
Okay,
So
priority
elves take first. Yeah. So we're just coming back to you guys with the Dead Marsh Spectre here. So he moved up a bit from where he was, and then he's going to toss his spell into this elf here, who is in range of -1 courage from the Witch King.
So courage 4, I'm looking for 6s, correct?
Yeah.
Because it's 10. Oh, look at that, all day.
Loves it. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to you guys with some more magic. So Witch King's activation. So he moved up here, and he's going to target the captain's horse with a black dart on 2 dice. So needing a 5, and he has the crown, so re-rolling.
Got
so
it.
we got it on a 6.
And they are not an armored horse, so.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it's 3s.
Oh, I guess, yeah, it strikes, whatever.
There's a 3.
Okay,
so
horse down. Oh, I'll roll for.
Throne Rider.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he can still act. Not that he needs to act.
All right, so we dehorsed him. Coming back to you guys with basically the end of this warband. So this Dead Marsh Spectre just moved up, and then this one is moving up, and he's going to do a spell onto this elf to hopefully try to get him to move.
Okay, so I'm looking for a 6 again.
Yep.
Good.
So, all right, nothing. So we finished up with movements. So the elves basically didn't move. They kind of backed up a little bit. And then Angmar ran up as fast as they could. So you guys saw the only spell that went off was the Witch King's Black Dart. And then the rest of these guys all just moved up to try and surround these elves. So we will come back to you guys with some shooting. So end of the shooting here, we had 3 orcs die. They sacrificed their lives to get in the way of the barrow wight. And then we have no combats, so we'll just head straight to the priority roll. So
2 for good.
2 and a 5. So looks like evil gets it. Dan, would you like to call anything?
Yeah, I think I'll call a heroic move with my captain.
Okay.
going down to 1 might.
Sure. I'm not going to call anything, so we'll come back after the movement. So we're just coming back to you guys with some Dead Marsh Spectre shenanigans. So he's going to try to get this elf right here to move. So he's on Courage 4, thanks to the Witch King.
6s. Makes it. Can't fail a check.
All right. We'll come back with some more stuff. So another Dead Marsh Spectre, up to no good. So he's going to try to get this guy to move.
And I am within 12, so we're looking for the 6s again. Oh, made it.
So they cannot fail a Courage check.
Not yet, anyways.
So there was no more magic from the Angmar side, and the elves finished movement. So it looks like this right now. So these elves didn't move. Those knights moved a tad. The orcs moved up as much as they could. This guy couldn't jump over the wall. He fell over. And then a couple of orcs just kind of ran back to the objectives.
Yeah. And all my archers moved half.
Yep. So we'll come back to you guys after shooting. Coming back to you guys after shooting, so these archers were almost heroes. Well, one of them made it all the way through all the in the ways.
Made like 5 in a row.
But couldn't quite kill the horse.
Yeah.
And then otherwise the knights killed an orc over here. So no combats, so we'll do our priority rolls.
3.
And it's a 1, so it goes to good.
Any actions?
No heroics for me.
Okay. Yeah, none for me. Sorry.
So the elves have wrapped up their movement, and we're on to Angmar. And this Dead Marsh Spectre is going to do his thing, and we're going to try to get this elf right here to move.
Who is in the -1, so he needs a 6. He moves!
All right, so we have to move him, so we'll just send him.
Like, as far as you can?
Yep.
Well, you can get anywhere into it, so.
Yep,
Go on
sounds
here?
good.
Okay.
Sure, yep. All right, and we'll come back with some more magic. So coming back to you guys with the Witch King. So he just moved up where you see him. And he's going to try to dehorse Gil-Galad with a black dart. He's got some will to spare, so we're going to throw 3 dice at it. Looking for a 5, and I get to re-roll.
Got it, all day.
5, and then
please.
I just need a 3.
Got it.
The 3.
Okay, rider check. I'll use his extra rider to re-roll, try to fish for that 6. Ah, so he falls. That's
So
okay.
he ends up being knocked down. All
Yeah,
right.
that's fine.
So we're getting to the end of the movement here. We just basically have the barrel whites left. So this one moved up, and he's going to try to paralyze this far knight over here. So I'm going to throw 2 dice into it, and I need a 4. So we got the 4. So now he can't do anything unless he rolls a 6.
Okay.
So last activation for Angmar is going to be this barrel white. And he's going to do the same thing. We're going to try to paralyze this knight. So we forgot with the other one that it knocks him prone, so this one got knocked off his horse.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw 2 dice at it, needing 4s. So we got the 4. So same thing, throwing rider.
Oh, yes, right. Fine. So he's
fine.
back
He's just,
down.
Yep.
Just paralyzed.
So we're just wrapping up the movement here. So these orcs are still hanging out by their objectives. You guys saw what happened over there. And this is kind of how everything looks. So we do have some combats, so we'll actually have that going on. But first we got to get to the elf shooting back there. Okay, so shooting. The elves over there managed to kill an orc. And then our combats.
2 elves died.
Yeah, the orcs managed to surround and kill a couple elves.
I didn't kill any.
Yeah, no orcs died in return. So Dan's going to do his paralyzed checks.
Nope.
Okay, and then,
priority.
we'll go to our priority.
Got a 3.
Nice.
6.
All
Your
right.
priority.
You want to call anything, Dan?
You know what? I will. I'll call a move with Gil-Galad.
All right. I am going to call with nothing. Coming back to you guys with the Angmar movement. So it's the Witch King's go. So he's moving up over here, and he's going to toss a black dart into that knight. So on 2 dice. So looking for a 5, and I get to re-roll, but we got the 5.
And a 3.
Yep, and a 3 to kill him. So we got the 3. So
That was a knight?
Yeah, the knight.
Not
So
the
he's
horse.
just dead. All right, it's time for some barrel white action. So we're going to start with this one. So he's going to do a paralyze onto Gil-Galad.
Yep.
And we're going to throw 2 dice at it. So I need a 4. Oops. So we got it on a 6.
Okay, I guess I'll spend 2 will to try and defend this.
Sure.
Got it.
You got the 6, and you
Down
get
to
the
1.
will back. So you have 2. Okay, it's time for the other white. So we'll see if Gil-Galad can resist this time. So same thing, 2 dice, paralyzed, need a 4. So we got the 5.
Got it. I'll use my last 2 will. Let's move this because they're the same color. Got it.
Got it on a 6, and he gets
I get
one
a 1
back.
back.
Yeah,
Hey!
end of the movement phase. So we've got some elves coming towards this objective here.
Cowards back there.
Everyone's kind of clustered up over here.
Trying to save the archers.
Yeah, and then a bunch of combats over here. And we don't have any shooting, so we'll come back to you guys with some combat. So we're just wrapping up the round right now. So combats, the elves killed like 4 orcs, and the orcs managed to do a wound to the captain and get rid of his fate.
And kill 1 archer.
Yeah, and kill 1 archer.
Okay.
So we'll do the paralyzed checks for those 2 knights.
Nope. Oh, so does he stand up?
Yep.
Okay. So 1 knight is no longer paralyzed. And then priority?
Yep.
5,
5.
4.
All right, it's over to you.
Okay. Would you like to call anything?
Yeah, I'll do a move with the Witch King.
Think I won't counter. I'm
Okay.
too low on might.
Sounds good. So we'll come back after some moves. Coming back to you guys with the Witch King. So he's pretty much just going to stay where he is, and he's going to toss a black dart into Gil-Galad and hopefully do a wound. We're going to throw 2 dice at it, and we need a 5. So we got a 4.
Reroll?
Yep, I get the reroll. 4. So we'll might it up to a 5.
Okay. So you're looking for 3s to wound, I think?
You can resist.
Oh, yes. Might as well try. My last might? No. Oh, not last
will.
might, last will.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it'll be strength 9 versus defense 8, so 4s to wound.
Oh, okay. 4s.
Oops.
Oh.
So
Got it.
Got
so
the
he takes
wound.
the wound. I'll try the fate.
Sure.
His last fate is drained. Or his only fate is drained.
All right. Pretty good for the Witch King.
Yeah.
We'll come back with some more movement. We're going to do some Dead Marsh Spectres now. So this one is going to go into this back guy over here.
And I'm looking for 6s because of Harbinger.
Yep.
Makes it exactly.
That's it. All right. So we're going to go with the Barrel White that was in heroic move range. And he's going to try to paralyze Gil-Galad, who is out of will.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only got 1 to throw at this. So I need a 4. So
Got
I
it.
got it on a 6.
So he is paralyzed.
Yeah, he is paralyzed. That's good for me. The final movement for the Angmar heroic move is going to be this Dead Marsh Spectre. And he's going to try to get this elf to move. So.
Looking for 5. Got it. Woo.
All right. So that's it for the heroic move. So we'll come back at the end of the move phase. We're back with Dead Marsh Spectre doing Dead Marsh Spectre things. So this guy right here, he's going to try to force the banner to move.
Looking for 6. Gets it.
All right. So we're just wrapping up our movement here. So we just have big cluster of combats over here. We've got this fight for the objective over here. A couple elves over here, and then trapped Gil-Galad over here.
He is prone. It's easier for trapping purposes to keep him up.
So coming back to you guys at the end of combats, so it went pretty well for the orcs. They killed 3 elves, and in return the elves only killed 1 orc.
Yeah.
So you guys can kind of see what's going on here. So we'll do the paralyzed checks.
So let's start with Gil-Galad.
On a 6?
Nope. And we'll do the other knight. No.
Okay.
And then I guess just priority.
Yep.
Got a 4 for good.
Nice.
Oh,
6.
that was a 4.
All right. Would you like to call anything now?
Uh,
Remember, you can't with Gil-Galad. Right?
Yeah, I think I'll use my last might to call a move with the hero.
Okay.
With the captain, I mean. Would you like to counter?
No.
Okay.
So we'll come back to you guys after some movement. So Dead Marsh Spectre, doing Dead Marsh Spectre things. We're going to try and get this spearman right here to move.
Looking for 5 or 6 because of the Witch King.
Yep.
Makes it.
All right, so he doesn't move. So it's this Dead Marsh Spectre's turn. So he's going to try and get this spearman to move. So let's see.
Makes it.
All right. So coming back to you guys with the Witch King. So he's going to throw a black dart into Gil-Galad. 2 dice. Need a 5.
And
to
we do
reroll.
it. Got it.
So
and
got
then
it.
we 3s, right?
4s. So we need a 4. So we got 3. I have a might left, so I'm going to might it up to a 4.
Okay.
Because that'll put a wound on
Yep.
him.
And then that way you can get your point.
Wrapping up the movement, so we've got a big cluster over here fighting over the elves' objective. And then maybe we can do another wound to Gil-Galad, who knows. And that's kind of where all the combats are. So we'll come back to you guys with some combats. So we're just coming back to you guys with the Witch King combat over here.
I'm going to try to shield and see if I can't get a decent, so 5 high.
Sure. And I charge, so I get 4 dice. Looking for that 6.
Got the 6. Okay. And then knockdown.
Yep.
So strength 4?
Yep.
So
5. So
got him.
First 2 kills him. So end of the combat phase pretty much ended up being a 1-for-1 trade for the orcs and the elves. And no other wounds done to Gil-Galad, so let's check paralyzes.
Okay, so we'll start with Gil-Galad.
Sure. Still paralyzed.
You know what? I'm going to use his last 2 might. Okay, use my last 2 might to unparalyze. He is still paralyzed.
All right. So
and
looking for priority. Yeah. No might left.
6.
That's you.
Yes.
So can't call anything, so we'll come back with some movements.
Yeah.
So the Barrow White's up. He just moved up a little bit, and we're going to try and paralyze Gil-Galad with the last point of will. So, need a 4. And we get it.
That's
so
game winning.
He is paralyzed once again. So come back to you guys with this Dead Marsh Spectre. He's going to try and get this banner to
And I'll be looking for 6s.
Yep.
Made it.
Passes.
Whew.
And in the movement phase, another big cluster.
Yeah.
We managed to surround Gil-Galad again. So maybe we can do a wound. And you can see the Witch King's tied up. So we'll come back with some combats. We're back to you guys after the combat. So we didn't get this on camera because we didn't think this would happen. But Gil-Galad actually took 3 wounds.
Triple 6s, yeah.
So he actually died.
Yeah.
And the elves are 1 off of being broken. Yeah, otherwise you can see how things have ended up.
And so, I don't think I have any more paralyzed rolls, right?
Yeah,
all the killed them.
Yeah, all the paralyzed guys have died or gotten up.
So just go priority.
You betcha.
5.
Big 5.
6.
Big 6.
Nice. Can't do anything about it. So
yeah, no might on the board. We'll come back to you guys after some movements. So we're going to do the Witch King here, and he's just going to throw black dirt into the banner, needing 2 dice. So looking for 5.
Got it.
Got it. And then on a 3, he dies. So nope.
Nada.
All right, pretty typical of my late game Witch King.
Needed that for Gil-Galad's horse.
So we'll continue with the moves. Okay, Dead Marsh Spectre is going to try to move the banner since we couldn't kill it. So courage check.
Makes it.
Passes. All right. Yeah. So this other Dead Marsh Spectre is going to do the same thing. We're going to try to move the banner.
Failed! I'm happy for you. Just because you didn't get to use your fun stuff.
All right, we'll send him back 6 inches then. End of movement. So we've got some big clusters still. Yeah. So hoping to win this one. This guy is just outside of 3 inches of this objective. So we'll do some combats and we'll see how things end up. End of the combat phase. The elves got broken. So they're going to have to start taking courage checks. But it's still a big cluster over by their objective. And still anyone's game kind of over near these ones.
Yep.
So let's do our priority.
Priority. So we got a 1.
And a 3.
Jeez, so yeah, the dice have been broken too.
So we're just going to do the Barrow White into the captain over here. And
makes it
fine. All right, so this Barrow White is going to try to get the captain to move. Let's see.
Makes it.
He is fine. All right. Wrapping up the movement here. Witch King decided not to cast any spells.
1 elf ran.
Yeah, 1 elf failed his courage check, and everyone else is engaged. So no shooting. We'll see how combats go. Okay, so end of the combats, we managed to kill enough elves to bring them down to 25%. So that will take us to the end of the game, and things are as you see them right now. So end of game recap. So it's going to be 8-0 for Angmar. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Stuff pretty much went my way all game. Even the combats you were winning, you were rolling like 1s to wound. So you just couldn't keep up with my level of casualties.
Yeah. That all being said, I do think I could have played better. I think I should have deployed right at the back to give you another, because then I would have had another round of shooting in there to whittle you down.
Yeah, maybe. But you wanted to try and stop me from getting onto your objective. Right?
Well, but in hindsight, I was never going to do that because you had too many guys to wrap around. So, and if I could have whittled you down because you have so many models,
yeah,
like I would have unlikely to accidentally end the game before I had time to move up.
Yeah,
other than that, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'd say maybe deployment as well. Like you maybe shouldn't have put your knights on the side that you did. Maybe put them on the other side.
Yeah.
Set them around the other way because that's where my barrel whites were.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid the Witch King, but the Bell Whites would definitely. Either way, it's kind of one or the other. But I mean, you only had 5 will left on the Witch King, so if you had to cast a couple more times, he might have ran out of will.
Yep.
Overall, I think it's okay. Like, I think it still was a winnable fight. I think even the Bell Whites and the Dead, like, they're not overpowered. They're just kind of feels bad rules.
Yeah.
Because it's like, so they seem stronger than they are because it's like, oh, I don't get to play with my favorite thing. But I think what I've learned is I need magic defense. Like, I don't take it because I'm like, well, what if I don't need it? But it's like, if they have magic and you have no magic defense, it just wins the game.
Yeah, I think specifically you need magic defense against me because I don't take like orc heroes or anything like that. You know, it's all just magic.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm even thinking like in a tournament. Let's say if I did it for lists, it's like I need it in there just in case I run into a magic list.
Yeah. I mean, definitely if you're trying to do like an all-comers list for a tournament or whatever, you for sure need that.
But I do think this game was like, it was winnable. Like I said, I flubbed a bunch of the wound rolls, was really a big thing.
Yep.
But overall, it's one of those games where it's like, I've noticed Middle Earth, like the score is always like whoever wins tends to really win, even if it was close.
True.
But yeah, I think the only thing I could have done is went way at the back with just to get another round of shooting to try and even out the numbers a little more. Or plug better, like maybe have moved up just to plug here and here and then stop the traps. But it's a good game. It's fun.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to give the video a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Middle Earth strategy battle game battle reports.